What is up, my seafood friends, and welcome to r/am I the Buttface. I'm your host, Dr. Fishsticks, and I know you must be thinking, what? 2 videos in a row? Who's this guy and what's he done with Fishsticks? I missed uploading on the 22nd, so I'm uploading 2 in a row so I can make up for that. But anyway, Am I the Buttface is where people go to get people to decide whether they're the buttface or someone else is the buttface, or if no one's the buttface, or if everyone's the buttface. That too. And this intro is going on for way too long, so let's get into it. Story 1. AITA for making fun of a white girl for being poor because she was being racist. I'm gonna be rating the titles and how bad they make the OP sound, and no, you are not the A. I haven't read the story, but like based off the title, no, that's fine. Okay, well, let's get in the story. I'm Asian, more specifically one of the only Chinese people in my grade, which has been absolutely fun these days. So the girl in question has been racially harassing me since the beginning of lockdown, when she DM'd and said, "Did the bat taste good? Thanks a lot, you frickin' freak." That's mean. Don't know. I reported her to my school, and they literally just dropped it because they said tensions were high, and she can't be blamed because her uncle has corona, or some BS like that. She can be blamed, don't know. Then I got repeated messages like that from fake/newly created accounts that I suspect were from her, and I just kept blocking them until I guess she gave up trying because I wasn't reacting. My school district has chosen to do in-person. Massively dumb IMO, but whatever. On the literal second day of school, she walks up to me while I'm in the lunch line and says in a thick Asian accent, "Are you eating bat dumpling or dog noodle?" They typed it like that, so Other people around me frickin' laughed, and I'm sure I don't have to explain this, but I felt frickin' humiliated. I finally felt like I got her off my back for a little while, and she comes back as soon as school starts. And I already know my school administration isn't going to do bat for me. Got him. I don't know a lot about this girl, since obviously I tried to avoid her, but I did know that she had a crappy teeth, lived in a trailer, and was very poor. I'm ashamed to have stooped to this, but I wanted to show her how I felt for once. So I said, I'd be less concerned with what I'm eating if I were you, and more worried about your diet, since you're the one who needs to figure out how to brush her teeth in a trailer with no running water. Stop trying to get sent to a hospital where you can't afford health care. Dang, you got him! Other students nearby told me I went too far because it wasn't her fault she was poor. Like it was my fault I was Asian? She literally frickin' cried. Like, I didn't cry every time she called me a frickin' no word. That's a big slur. She's left me alone ever since, though, which doesn't matter since I plan on transferring anyways. You are not the a-hole. She is the a-hole. She was being racist and you clapped back. You are completely in the right here. AITA for kissing my friend's brother without his consent during Truth or Dare. I'm saying, yeah, that makes you sound like an A. Kissing without consent is never good. Anyway, let's get into the story. Yesterday, I was supposed to spend the night at my friend's house with some of my classmates, and we were playing Truth or Dare. There's really no reason for us to choose Truth, since we already know a lot about each other, so we mostly just went with Dare, so fair. It was pretty fun, and we had some weird challenges. I was staying next to my friend's brother when it was my turn. A classmate challenged me to kiss him. His sister immediately told my friend to change the dare, so she did. To be clear, her brother did not say anything when he heard the dare, and I just laughed, so he definitely looked like he was okay with it, right? Well, wrong, because after I kissed him, he told me, "What the frick am I doing?" and looked like he was really grossed out by it. I was honestly a bit offended and asked him, why is he so grossed out by me kissing him? I'm actually a pretty looking girl, and even if I wasn't, there was no reason for him to act like this. He ended up leaving the game, and my friend told me that what I did was wrong on so many levels and to get out of her house. My other classmate didn't say anything, so I thought they were on my side, but you seem to have a thing with people not saying anything being, like, agreeing with you. That's not what that means. It means they don't want to say anything. But I didn't want to participate in this argument. I will ask them when they go back home. Anyways, I did end up leaving. Do you guys think I was the a-hole here? Please do not comment yet. Read this. Okay, I don't know how to explain this without being misunderstood, but could you guys do me a small favor? I used a throwaway account for this for privacy reasons, but the thing is, if this post blows up, there's a high chance for my friend to see this. Could you please, instead of commenting, DM me your judgment is YTA? I promise if I get a lot of YTA DMs, I'm going to accept the judgment as per Rule 3. But it's weird if my friend sees this and sees YTA comments, especially after our last argument. You guys get what I mean, right? Thank you. Okay, a couple things. First, I'm going to start off with, it's weird if they see YDA comments, because you think you're not the A. You are the A. You kiss someone without consent. Saying nothing is not consent. And you seem to have a thing, I already said this, but you seem to have a thing for people not saying anything, agreeing with you, which is not what that means. Also, they have a bunch of edits that make them sound like a prick. AITA for telling my husband that his culture is garbage and I won't compromise by incorporating it into our family life. Off the title, I'm saying, yeah, that sounds kind of rude. My husband and I live in the U.S. Northeast, where I'm from. John, I said that so hatefully, John moved here for work several years ago, from the deep south of the U.S. where he grew up. Raised with Christian holidays, but never attending church. Coincidentally, shortly before everything hit, John's parents and his childhood best friend, Dan, and his wife decided to move here as well. This past weekend was the first that us three couples have gathered together since any of us moved here. We had a distanced picnic at our house. John sat down 2 to 3 minutes after I did, as he was setting our kid into his pen in the yard with us. Dan and my father-in-law immediately started jokingly rip on him for being whipped and doing my job of parenting our child, while he was supposed to be allowed to just catch up with the other two men. I don't know why there are so many air quotes. I was trying to politely deflect when it turned to how mean I was for not fixing him a plate and serving him before I served myself. If I thought a certain dish would run out before he got to it, or if he asked me to, of course I would have. Dan and father-in-law continued to brag about how their families do it right, where they handle the outside chores, while their wives handle the inside chores, including the care of Dan and his wife's 2 children. I think it's important to note here that they both currently live in rented condos that, by their nature, do not have outdoor chores, and both their wives have worked full-time, as I do. The whole day was kind of wrecked by the start. I was frustrated when John left with Dan and father-in-law to go for a walk, so many air quotes, and left me to do all the cleanup alone while also looking after our kid. I expected John to apologize when he returned hours later, when it said he got at me for making him look bad. I don't know how to do air quotes with the brackets inside of it. In front of his friend and his dad. He brought up how a traditional division of labor is a huge part of Southern culture, and how I was being disrespectful to his background by forcing Northern culture onto him and his family. I don't think it's Northern culture to properly split up work. He said he has been building up a lot of resentment for the past few months that I make him do half of the chores and childcare, since in his culture, women do the chores and hands-on childcare, and men do the fun parenting, the discipline, mow the grass, and bring the cars out for oil changes when needed. I was stunned, but honestly told him Southern culture is garbage. It's bigotry. I lived in John's home state, and I saw how Southern hospitality is reserved for only those in your in-group. Deviate from the norm, be queer, non-Christian, a person of color, a liberal, non-traditional woman, and they turn on you viciously. Does every single person act that always? No, but it's the culture. John is livid and says his culture is just as valid as that of other global religions, and ethnic groups. So I am the bigot by not compromising with him here and incorporating the aspects of his culture into our family life the way I would if his culture was Islamic or Asian or whatnot. First off, use less air quotes. That was annoying to read. Second, you are not the A. That's also a good demonstration why titles are not always the best. I was almost with John for a bit because I thought he was like doing that just so he could for a bit while he could just while Dan and your father-in-law were there. But no, he was being a jerk after that. I thought he'd be like, okay, I'm sorry, I was just trying to look good in front of them. That would maybe be redeemable. But no, also, that's not a culture. That's just being mean. Divide up work based on skill sets. Don't divide it up based on gender. Also, I checked and there are 54 quotation marks throughout this story. Am I the A for not pretending that I like my daughter's tattoo? I don't like tattoos, period. My daughter recently got one. She's 18, she can do what she wants. She showed it to me. It's a small one of my name and my wife's name intertwined with her name in some type of heart. I said, and then went back to my book. She asked if I liked it, and I said, of course I don't. Why would you even ask me that? What? My wife said that I could have at least pretended. For what? If you're gonna get a tattoo because you like it, not because you think of putting my name in it is going to make me approve of it. What if she did like it? What if she wasn't just trying to get your approval? What if she genuinely liked the artwork and liked that it included you? That's really egotistical. I mean, would you have said the same thing if it was on a canvas? Do you only hate it because it was a tattoo? If so, no, why? AITA for telling my son that he needs to his dad, my husband. Can't even judge this title, cause I don't know what it means. I'm in a tight spot here. My son, 17, is a bit of a hassle to handle. When he was younger, he tried to commit, and we had to send him away to a hospital. He's better now. Then when he was 15, he became an atheist, and it was hard because we're super religious, and even after I tried to convince him, he still stayed to his beliefs. Then he started sneaking out. It stopped. Then the attitude. My husband and him don't get along. They're civil, but they're constantly having fights because my son doesn't like what my husband likes. Also, use the wrong form there. Just pointing that out. A few weeks ago, he had a friend at 17 male over, and let's say he wasn't what I liked to be hanging out with my son. But of course, I accepted it and let it be since they've been friends for over 2 years. I've allowed him over. Sorry, I'm out of reading that. I'm not good at reading that. But why is friends in air quotes? Anyway, I have a horrible habit of not knocking and walking in on them making out. Okay. I'm not homophobic. I don't hate gay people. I think they're still people, but I wouldn't exactly associate with them. It was awkward, but then my son asked me not to tell anyone, and the friend hasn't come over since. Now it's been horrible keeping the secret from my husband. I feel like I'm lying to him because he usually asks my son when he's going to get a girlfriend, and I feel bad for knowing that something that he doesn't. Yesterday I pulled my son aside and told him he needs to his dad because I can't do this anymore. He said that he doesn't want to because he's scared my husband will kick him out. Now, my husband wouldn't do that. Yes, he'd be a little mad, but he'd never disown my son. I stupidly said he needs to tell them, and it went into this whisper fight, and now he isn't talking to me and spends most of the day in his room. My husband has noticed, and I've been so tempted, but I haven't said anything. AITA, I feel horrid for keeping this a secret. I don't know. Your son is in the right either way. He's not the A. Your husband, maybe. I don't know. He hasn't really done much. But I don't know. I don't really think you're that much of an A. If you haven't told your husband and you haven't forced your son to come out to him, then that's fine, I guess. I don't know. I'm not licensed for this. But sadly, ladies and gents, that is all the time we have for today. I like covering the subreddit, and I'll probably do it a bit more. Let me know if you like the subreddit and want to see me cover it more. But anyways, if you like this video, press the like button. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, comment them down below. And if you really like this video and want to see more like it, please subscribe. And that is all for today. So until the next video, goodbye.
I know it's my ADHD, cause I can't stop moving my feet. And I feel like popping and locking, rolling.